So this is a new one to me. I was on the highway giving it a little run for fun, and it started running choppy. And so I get over here to the house and take a look, and the spark plug boot popped off the spark plug. So that's different. After noticing the spark plug issue and boot issue on the Corvette, I wanted to make sure that I got it fully checked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the lift down, because it's a lot easier to work from the underside than it is from the top side getting to the spark plug. So I'm gonna need to drop the lift down, bring it down, get the RX-7 off. But because I've taken the interior out, I need to put one of the seats back in before I do that. So I'm gonna drop it down, put a seat in, pull it out, put the Vette back up on the lift, and check out all the plugs from the underside. Like I was saying, the RX-7 has pretty much the interior completely gutted out right now. And, you know, waiting for me to get the new interior, the carpet in, the seats re-skinned and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pull all the skins off of those seats and get them re-skinned with the new material that I have. But I'm gonna temporarily put one of the driver's seat in so that I can back this out so I can work on that Vette. Like I thought, there's a few more plugs that are loose. If you could see that, see how there's play in that plug? The plug is starting to back itself out, which is what happened to that second on the front. I'm gonna check all of them. This one seems just, it's like it's starting to get a little bit, but this one, as you can see, is a lot. I mean, there's a lot of play in that plug. If we count the initial plug, which is what alerted me to the plugs being loose, check all the other plugs, obviously an 8-cylinder, 7 out of 8 were loose. That's ridiculous. Some dangerously loose. I mean, like almost all the way unthreaded, like that initial one was. Some a little bit, but more were a lot. And so that's concerning. But when I looked it up, this is not an unknown issue. It's something that apparently happens. So things that you gotta make sure don't have any contaminants in the threads. And they advise not putting any kind of thread grease or anything like that onto the thread. Pretty much just put plugs in, make sure they're torqued down the way they need to, and I would advise always check them. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Corvette out for a quick test drive now that I got all the plugs torqued back down, how they should be, and just see if everything runs right. I ran it a little bit earlier in the garage. Everything sounded quiet, everything looked tight, everything looked good. Exhaust was good, engine compartment was good. Now to get it out on the road and see how it does. You know, my initial thoughts are, you know, the power feels honestly about the same prior to blowing that plug boot off. I'm gonna hop it out on the main drag as I come out of my neighborhood and see how it does out there. You know, with a little bit more acceleration and a little bit harder pulls. chirped it in second, so that's got to say something. But it's running smooth. It's got good power. I mean, for what it is, I'm not trying to say, oh, I got a whole new engine. But for what I would expect from this car, I've got good power. So I think we're doing pretty good. You know, I don't have a lot of time. We've got an event we need to get to, so I'm not going to do like an extensive run in this. But I will, I'll get it out on the highway in a bit. Maybe on Monday or something like that, and see how it does. First in second again. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to say that it is running a little bit better. Before everything started happening, you know, every now and then I could get a chirp in second. I got 2 consistent chirps, so that's chirptastic. I'd call that a success. Pretty successful round in the garage. Got the Corvette all situated with the spark plugs that came loose for who knows why. Hit the like button. If you haven't, subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'm always happy to reply. If you got suggestions, questions, comments, general nonsense, I reply to that too. So anyways, Rob's Garage.